Welcome, everyone. We'll just get started in a little bit. I'm just waiting for some more people. Hey, Lauren, I'll just make you the panelist. We'll get started in a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. Anybody can join in. I want to welcome you. This session is about how to conduct research and how research really helps with the college application, right? So that's something that I'm going to showcase because we've had tremendous success with our students getting into like top colleges like MIT, Yale, and other colleges who've been through our program. And I'm going to share how much scholarship that they won and the potential. Okay. And I want to address the elephant in the room that is a common misconception that people think that paid research is bad or paid research has a negative impact in the college application. That's not true at all because I have written recommendations for my students from MIT, at which point I honestly mentioned how much money I had collected from the students, and there was no negative impact, right? So any questions, please put them in the chat. Put in there, where are you tuning in from? I'm from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Where are you guys coming in from? Just chit-chatting. Okay, so let me just get started. You can put any of your questions in the chat and I'll address them. Okay, so here we go. It's basically how to conduct research in high school, which is the topic of our webinar today. And okay, just gonna share this. Okay, so who we are and why we are here. This is me. I'm an immigrant. I studied in India and I was frustrated with the lack of clarity. When my oldest son was applying, I was like, why on earth is college application so hard, right? It didn't have to be, but it was, right? And I quit my corporate job and I went to UC Berkeley to get my college counseling, and I'm going to show you what all I've done in the past 5 years. Okay, and this is me. I'm a TEDx speaker and a coach. I coach. I'm the chair of TEDx South Lake. Anybody from Texas? I was also the coach for Johns Creek in Georgia, which just passed. And I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach, executive functioning skills coach, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. So there is no succeeding high school without mastering executive functioning skills, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. That's where the planning, prioritization, focus, concentration, goal-directed persistence. There are 12 skills that are part of the executive functioning skills, and I teach students that. I'm also a certified pranic healer and a meditation instructor. I don't heal as a service, but I heal my students and everyone else. I'm also a college counselor from UC Berkeley. I have a team of 25 people, and all of us are from the UC Berkeley college counseling program. Okay, so this is my TEDx speech. You can review that. Ours is a third parent approach. They have mom, they have dad, and they have us to guide them. Okay, and here you go. Our success. My students have gotten into Stanford, UPenn, MIT, Cornell, pretty much a lot of colleges. And then today, one of my students who got into Stanford, she also got into Davidson with a lot of scholarship. I mean, it was like almost full ride. So she just sent me an email saying she's not going to Stanford. Stanford was like 104K. She's going to Davidson, where she got a lot of scholarship right there. So that's how it is. College is prohibitively expensive. So it's very, very prudent of you and students to kind of build a profile so that you get a lot of merit scholarship. Otherwise, it's not worth breaking the bank. I mean, $100,000, that converts to $400,000, which is like literally dunking a Rolls Royce in the Atlantic Ocean. That's how staggeringly expensive college is. I mean, I get enraged, but what can we do, right? And especially this year, the 2025 students who were coming to me for the college decisions, and I make them fill out the financials. And I was like blown away. Sometimes the living expense was more than the fee. For example, UC Santa Cruz, 27,000 was the boarding and staying there, whereas the tuition was only 17,000, right? So it's quite ridiculous, and there's nothing can shock me. Okay, so these are the counseling results my students have won. I've won 15 million in scholarships for my students in total, right? On an average, a student gets 500,000 in scholarships from different colleges that they apply. Okay, and they get accepted into 90% of the colleges that they apply to with multiple scholarships, and I've placed my students in so many colleges. Okay, and put it in the response, which of the top 25 colleges is your dream school? Okay, so what is your dream college? You want to put it in there? Or your child's dream college? What's your dream college? Yours or your children, whatever it can be. Put it in there. You can also chat it in host and a panelist. If you don't want others to see your answer, you can also do that. Okay. Okay. I see some responses coming in. Harvard, fantastic. I see a lot of Harvard. I see a lot of Harvards. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to start over quant major. That's wonderful. I'm going to start over how the college process works. You are not going to get any of this information on Reddit or Google or anything, or from your neighbor. I'm just kidding. Okay, this is counselor speak. I mean, you won't get it anywhere else. Okay, so this is how the college process works. Okay, this is a regional admission officer who collects application. For example, Duke. I'm going to give you an example of Duke. So this person is employed with Duke, but resides. I'm in Pennsylvania. Say they reside in Pennsylvania. They could reside in Texas. They could reside in Virginia, in the DMV area, because that's such a nice concentrated area. They either live there. So this applicant, this regional admission officer collects the application and pitches it to the committee. So there's a committee. You can imagine like a long table with a lot of people fighting over each other, right? So that is the admissions committee. Then the committee votes, okay? And then there is acceptance, denial, and waitlist. You want to take a snapshot of this? Go ahead, take it. If you're multitasking, come back, because this is something very important. Okay, and then from the admissions officer to the committee. And I'm going to show you what the process is. Okay, the first is the admission officer reads it. The admission officer has 8 minutes to read the application. Okay, just 8 minutes because they have a whole pile. Sometimes there are 2 readers, sometimes there are 1. Okay, and the goal is to figure out the floor and the ceiling. The floor is academics. The ceiling is the spike or the extracurricular activities. So these are the 2 things that they're going to see and then make a decision to pitch it to the admissions committee. So the pitch. If you pass the 8-minute filter test, then the admission officer becomes your advocate. I tell my students, build a profile so that the admission officer can fight for you, right? So once it passes the filter, then the admission officer has to pitch to the committee, right? And the admission officer has only 90 seconds to pitch, right? And what is a headline? They come up with a headline, the admission officer, to pitch it to the admissions committee. Okay, and the committee votes. So what is the committee looking for? What does the student bring to the campus that no one else does, right? So what does the student bring to Duke that nobody else does? Okay, they're looking for a unique profile, right? If the admission officer cannot summarize that in like 90 seconds, then the student doesn't have a chance. You see how important it is? And they get into the invisible pile, right? So you have to be visible. So any questions about this process, please let me know. Now I have a task for you because this is very, very important, right? You're not going to get this task from anywhere else. If the admission officer has 60 seconds to pitch your student today, what will the headline be? I want you to put it in the answer. So what will be your student's pitch? Okay, come on, let's please make an attempt. This is something that's super important that I want you to make an attempt here. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's progress over perfection. And I want you to make that attempt because nobody's going to ask you this question or teach you, right? So let's go ahead. I see some wonderful answers coming in. Great. Uniquely talented, right? Caring, cares about the community. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. So anyone else put it in there. I'm not going to judge you, but this is an exercise. It's the crystal clearness that needs to be there. A lot of parents just assume that, a lot of parents just assume that, oh, my child is like super, has everything in them, right? And if you look closely, they may have very good grades and test scores, but only school clubs as their extracurricular activities. If I asked you what's your best extracurricular activity, and you told me HOSA or DECA, you've lost the Harvard game or the top 25 college game, because school clubs are low-level activities, okay? Okay, so let me just continue. If I start looking at your answers, I will not get through my presentation. So we've established that, fantastic. Okay, and now I'm going to help you decode the 2026 reality, okay? The reality is the floor, okay? I'm going to tell you, I mean, these are different terms that we keep using, is the floor is academics. You need to have upwards of 10 APs, 1550 SAT score to like get in, right? So let me tell you that grades and test scores get you noticed, but extracurricular activities get you accepted. Okay, I'm going to repeat this multiple times. Still it gets in. Grades and test scores only get you noticed. Your extracurricular activities get you accepted. Okay, and also the common myth is parents push their children to be serial joiners. See, you can either be a serial joiner or generalist or a specialist, where you pick up 2 things and go deeply into it. Okay, it's not about broadening, it's about deepening. So remember that. Okay, so any questions, put them in the chat and I will address them. Okay, and of course, the filter test, the 8-minute filter test, invisible. Most of the students are invisible, right? I mean, they are very, very kind of, they blend in, they don't stand out, right? Because we always feel like it's like quantity over quality, right? Just push and join just everything and be stuck with low quality activities, right? So this is why we've given birth to something called as a spike. This is my third child. I have two boys, and then the Spike is my third child. Of course, Gifted Gabber is my third child, but then I gave birth to Spike, or the situation made me give birth to a Spike. Spike, or the brand, is something that we built for our students. That is a tier 1 extracurricular activity. It's like it can be their own niche, right? Like, don't be average or kind of well-rounded. They're looking for specialists. They're looking for students who spend significant amount of time and effort and can show that tangible, measurable outcome, right? And if you asked me, I keep getting asked, how do I pick an extracurricular activity? So the formula for that is, how well can you showcase the outcome? That's it, right? You're starting a book club. That can be very, I mean, you can think that, oh my God, book club is so silly. But then my student picked a very sensitive gender dysmorphia or gender confusion topic. And what she did is she picked books that were sensitive to that, and she made students, teens, read those books and discuss that. You see how powerful that particular activity is? It's outside the four walls of the classroom. And of course, you have to show proof of work, which is the outcome. So what was the outcome in the book club? She had like 20 students, right? That's quantifiable as well as they read like 3 or 4 books, and they spent that much hour discussing sensitive issues, right? So that is the proof of work, right? And we show proof of work through functional websites, writing blogs about the topic, conducting events, news coverage, writing opinion pieces, going to TEDx and speaking about it. So these are all the things that we do. Any questions about the spike? Anyone? Okay. Someone's telling me they cannot hear or see. Lauren, is that correct? Can you see me and hear me? Am I sharing the right screen, Lauren? Or anyone else? You can hear me, okay, right? Am I sharing the correct screen? Oh, great, great. I think it's just a specific problem. Okay. Okay, so any questions about the spike? Okay, this is something, if you're multitasking, come back. If you have any questions, this is like foundational, guys. You've got to know the spike in order to survive the brutal competition of colleges. Okay, let's proceed. So, based on your current resume, do you feel invisible, or do you feel like you have spike? You are spiky or you're invisible? What are you? You want to put your answer in there? Are you spiky or are you invisible? Yep, I hear. Okay, in the middle. That's pretty good. Honesty is good. Okay, there's no shame in that. This is the first time you're hearing about spike and everything. So it's like not fair to expect you to have that, right? And it takes time. And it takes expert guidance to kind of get to that, right? Okay, so let's continue. I love the audience participation. Any questions, you can put it in there. There's also a Q&A section if you don't want people to see your question as well. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to tell you what are the 4 tiers of extracurricular activities. They're all not the same. A HOSA or a DECA or a TSA is not the same as a tier 1 extracurricular activity. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, So the 4 tiers of extracurricular activities, the top one is rare and exceptional. It's like the national awards, presenting in conferences, news coverage, and everything. And tier 2 is high achievement. It's not as significant as tier 1, but it's not like the tier 3. Now, tier 3 is leadership of school clubs. Okay, that's where it is. Tier 3, you're a treasurer, you're a founder of a school club, and all that smaller athletic and musical distinctions. These are tier 3. Now, the tier 4 is general participation, which is like general things that the admission officer sees. It's like the National Honor Society and all that, general membership, varsity, standard volunteering. All these are part of tier 4. Okay. Okay. So I can give you examples of them as well. I'm sorry. Okay. Examples are leadership, and then like leadership of clubs and all are tier 3, and tier 4 is general participation. Okay, so the goal is to rise through that. There are 10 spaces in the Common App. You're not expected to have all 10 tier 1 activity, right? You typically, students have one tier 1, and they have a lot of other tier 4s and tier 3s and tier 2s. Okay, so your goal for your child is to elevate, go through those levels to have one tier 1. And it's not an overnight process. It takes about the junior to the senior year till they reach that kind of level. Okay, and so I'm going to talk to you about research, right? There are so many extracurricular activities, but today we are focused just on research. Okay, and research converts to merit scholarships, and I definitely need to segue and show you how much scholarships my students have won. And this is the list of all the institutional scholarships that our student has won. I actually helped this student get 40K scholarship from MIT. Robertson scholarship is full ride to Duke, and then full ride to OSU. Presidential scholarship. If you can see here, there are so much scholarships that my students have won. That's just that. Then 21 spring, 2021 to all these. You see here UPenn, Georgetown. These are all my research students. Georgetown, Vanderbilt, UT Austin, and you can see here how much acceptances and scholarships my students have gotten. We track every single student's progress here. Okay, and let me continue with my presentation. So research is equal to merit scholarships. And as a counselor, in order to keep my standing, I have to visit colleges and speak to admissions officers. You can ask an admission officer, what does it take to get into your college? But you can't ask them to admit, right? So they win a lot of merit scholarship, full ride and full tuition. Full ride is room and board is also included. Full tuition is just tuition, room and board is not included. Okay. And the tier 1 research is a tier 1 extracurricular activity. Going and presenting in conferences cinches that deal. Okay. And final result, a rare intellectual profile. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to show you some case studies. Now, 𝐶𝐞𝐞𝐯𝐞, he went to the international conference in Puerto Rico to kind of showcase his space gravity research program. So it shows a rare intellectual quality, which is a key metric for Stanford and Ivies. Okay, Stanford and Harvard, absolutely. They're looking for students who've like spent hours and hours together inventing something, right? So he conducted a research and he went there. Okay, and next, this is what he did. He went to the ASGSR in Puerto Rico, which is the American Society for Gravitational Space Research. Okay, and then Nishant. Nishant is a specialist. So what did he do? He presented his poster in API conference, and he won the top 10 poster award. for presenting his research, right? In a conference with like a lot of experts in there, okay? And research as a tier one extracurricular activity is what we're trying to build here. This is Nishant. He won the top 10 poster award, right? And this goes directly, like I told you, the 8 minutes that admission officer has looks into the honors and awards extracurricular activity. There are 10 sections, 10 of them there. AP courses, how many they've taken. ACT, I'll show you like a complete application and how the admission officer spends time. I'm going to show you that as well. Okay, so any questions so far about what I'm discussing? Please put them in the chat and I'll address them. Okay, so the research advantage is like gold standard. It's like considered a tier one extracurricular activity. Why? Because students are doing this outside the four walls of the classroom. AP research does not count here because it's part of the curriculum. Get it? And AP research is conducted by a high school teacher and not a tenured professor. They expect students to work under a tenured full professor. Okay. Then intellectual curiosity. If you're applying to Stanford, one of their questions is, can you share a time when you showcased your curiosity and you write about your research, right? In the Why Us essay, we write about the research. So research shows colleges that a student is not just a surface learner, but a deep learner. Get it? Because Gen Z has a bad rap for being surface learners, right? Their attention span is like 6 seconds, right? So in order to learn something deeply, we have a research program and everything where students conduct research. So research is the only program that forces students to flex the muscle in their body called the brain, right? And that's intellectual curiosity. And next is working with a university professor, right? And that makes a tremendous difference because students are at this level. Working with a university professor is at this level, and they really have to bridge their gap. And that like forces them to gain knowledge and everything, right? And of course, they get recommendations from the university professors that makes it 10 times more valuable than a regular teacher recommendation, right? Right. So that's something. And proof of work. Proof of work is tangible, measurable outcome. In our world, what we offer is we make students write a 4,000-word research paper that we help them submit for publishing, which is IJHSR, which is an international journal. It requires 3 recommenders to review that. It's like blind a review. We also provide that, and it goes through a rigorous evaluation process before it gets published. And that is a tremendous achievement. It's a tier 1 achievement if a student's research paper gets published. Okay. And of course, there is conference. The power, then they become unignorable, right? So I'm going to use multiple terms like spike, being invisible, unignorable. We, in the 8 minutes that the admission officer has, they cannot ignore your child. No. What I tell my students is in the 8 minutes, the admission officer needs to put the accepted stamp, throw money at you, which is in terms of scholarships, and move on, right? So that's what's important, right? Imagine your application started with published research in economics AI, right? And it stops their 8-minute clock immediately, right? And it's like scroll stopping, just like the social media. We want the admission officers to stop and look at your application, and this is the only way to do it. Okay, and of course, presenting in conferences, we train students. I have a dedicated teacher, Coach Laurie, who conducts the session every month. We give them different scholarship opportunities I'm just going to quickly show you our curated list of, not scholarships, I'm sorry, research conferences, right? So fairly recently, our students went to the American Association of Cancer Research. I mean, they went and presented here. A lot of them, about 5 or 10 of them, went and presented there. And we keep guiding students to kind of give them those opportunities. We look for those opportunities and we share and we train. So typically what happens at conferences is students need to submit their abstract, not the whole research paper. And then if they're invited, they need to create a poster and then present it. And it gives a golden opportunity to network. Like just going and presenting in the conference itself is a huge achievement, right? So that's what makes it tier 1. Okay, so do I have your permission to reveal our success formula? We've curated it in such a way over iterations and iterations from the past 5 years that our program has evolved. It touches different things. It forces students, we also teach them executive functioning skills, right? Creative writing. Writing a 4,000-word academic research paper in high school is tremendous. And that takes a lot of work and effort from our end, getting the expert to kind of work with the student, make them accountable. After all, they are children. And of course, they stop listening to their parents after 14, right? So that's how it is. And our solution, so basically we have STEM and research tracks. We have AI, we have machine learning, we have data science, we have biomed, we have cybersecurity. This wonderful professor for cybersecurity where they can create a project, right? You want to get into MIT and Harvard, you really need to be in the top 5%. So if you are aiming to get into the top 5% or the top 7%, your activities and everything has to be the top 7%. Don't you agree? Right? So we have biomed and neuroscience I'm going to share with you. And interestingly, we have political science, humanities, finance, economics, and everything. These are all university professors, anthropology, sociology, foreign policy, political science. All these are some of the programs that I want to highlight. And I had to hire a consulting company to headhunt professors. I mean, you can get professors, and to work with high school students, they just frown upon because they like working with PhD candidates, right? And I also want to address that with AI taking over a lot of jobs, right? So there is finance. I did see somebody wanting to do quant. It's like mathematics and coding, right? And yes, you need to spread your wings and look for majors that are AI proof, right? An attorney, his job is not taken over by AI. AI is not going to represent your client in court, right? Because as counselors, we get the latest data, and we found that the college's computer science major certainly dipped. Not many students are going to the computer science major because Claude and all these have replaced entry-level coders. My husband works for the education department, and I mean, his project was severely cut. So 3 of his people were taken away. So he uses Claude to pretty much code everything, right? So that is the reality of it. So you need to kind of make your career AI proof or recession proof for that matter. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly continue and get to your questions. Please put them in. Okay, and yeah, and research programs, I'm just going to go over. We have cancer, neuroscience, disease, AI, in bioinformatics, nanoscience, nanoparticles, nano teeny tiny. Anybody who's majoring, who wants to do engineering. I've had students mechanical, electrical engineering, doing nanoscience. These are nanoparticles, nanorobots, nano. So these are all professors. They are full professors. Please do not do research with a PhD candidate. It's considered a blog. Okay, I mean, it has no value. Please be careful about their Lumiere, Polygens. Just about everybody has started research programs thinking, oh, I can nail this, because I have a lot of students coming to me and I look at this and what is this program that you did? I mean, yeah, so no, do not raise red flags in your college application. That's it. The bullshit meter, you tick off the bullshit meter of the admissions officer, you're toast, right? So be very, very careful over what you do. And of course, we have finance, political science, mathematics. Somebody wanted to do quant, and I have a fantastic professor who like does all this data science and everything, government, bioinformatics, everything is there. Okay, so the way our research program works is it's a dual mentor program, right? So we have the research professor. We have separated out the learning, research, and writing, because we know that writing takes a lot of effort and accountability. So we have a creative writer who's also a university professor who focuses on writing the research paper. Then you have the university professor who helps with the research, but they do combine to review and approve the research paper. Get it? We are doing this simultaneously, because I used to do that in the beginning. When I started off, I would make students research, and then I would make them write a paper, and they came and gave me feedback that, oh, it's just too laborious to sit and write it in one go. So we've chunked it. They start creating an outline and everything in various spaces. We literally teach them how to write the body paragraph. It's not that children don't know how to write, but there's a specific way. And the biggest disease that teens suffer from is ChatGPT. It should be banned until they're 18. The teens cannot create, write, and think without ChatGPT. That's it. It's so enraging, right? And some of the research papers that come to us are completely AI written. I mean, please, not in the college application. Only 30% of the research paper can be AI written. So we see that. I mean, we see essays completely written by AI. I mean, colleges are very, very particular. They have sophisticated AI detection tool, which will get the whole application disqualified, right? And of course, these are all the programs that we have. You can check it out on our website. I'm just going to quickly give it to you. Okay, it's right here. These are all the research programs that we have. Okay, and it's also here. You will see it's on waitlist. We are opening everything next week. It's going to get sold out. So right now, if you're on the waitlist, you get the first preference. We will give you the first preference to join our research program. We have neuroscience, nano, cancer, biomed. You want to do research on immunology, molecular biology, dermatology, cardiology, oncology, any OG, we have it. Finance, business, everything, please join our wait list. You will be the first to know. And we also offer TEDx, author the book, I mean, just about anything to create a tier 1 extracurricular activity. We do that, okay? I'm almost there. Okay. Tier 1 extracurricular activity. So basically, you have one-on-one mentorship with a university professor, a 4,000 word manuscript, and an opportunity to present in the conference. It's not an overnight thing. It takes time. The earlier you come to us, the better it is. Okay, and we give preference to juniors who are applying to colleges. So if you are a junior applying to colleges, please let me know. You'll get the first preference. Okay, like I mentioned, it's a dual mentor. You have 2 mentors, 2 university professors. A university professor who's an expert, like for example, it's Dr. Jobin Varkey. He's the University of Southern California expert in neuroscience and neurodegenerative diseases who runs that. Then we have Dr. Katie, who's from Mississippi. She's a full biology professor. Then we have creative writers who help students write that research paper. Okay, and of course, we help them with a publication, conference, recommendation. And of course, recommendation needs to be earned. Please don't say, oh, my child will hardly show up, hardly put in a work, but they are entitled to get recommendation. No. Okay, recommendation is something that needs to be earned. So quick recap. They do research with the professor, one-on-one. They also get one-on-one with the research professor, creative writer, 4,000 word research paper, internship. Students who finish research with us are invited back to help other students. So in your application, you don't need to put gifted gabber. You need to put the professor's name, like you did. And then you can have another line to say you did research. I'm sorry, you were a research intern with gifted gabber, right? And of course, we have thesis, defense, and presentation. The reason why we do that is we want students to go and present their thesis to the high school counselor. Why? Because the high school counselor gives recommendation. And if the counselor doesn't even know what you've done in extracurricular activities, what the hell are they going to write about, right? We teach them how to do that. And then conference. So it's a 6-track program that we offer for every single research. Okay, we also offer college counseling. My day job is being a counselor. I had to start research to help my students build a profile. We've split it into med and non-med. I've had students get into the actuarial science, nuclear engineering, name it. I've had all kinds of majors, aerospace, aeronautical, music and STEM, name it, I have it. Design, architecture, all that. Okay, and we also offer internships. We offer social media internship. We have not opened that. Basically, what we do is we train students for 30 days and we place them in businesses. And it looks tremendously well on your college application. We have social media internship. We have research internship. I also have a law internship, but that's reserved for students applying to the colleges. I have lawyers and everybody as a part of my network in G100. I also have a nonprofit. I have a grant for teen suicide prevention. I have $2,500 there, which I intend to give away for nonprofit initiatives. Okay, and of course, we run sustainability programs that online students can conduct. All right. So how do you join the wait list? I'm just going to give you our site. You can go there, whichever program you want to join. You can just go. I'm just going to put this in so that you can just go there and. Okay, you just need to register for the wait list, and it's super simple. You can join the wait list right here. Okay, we are going to open all our programs next week, and so please watch out for the email. You can just put it in there, and you get the first opportunity to kind of join the program. I'm almost done. Okay, and if you are a junior, then I highly recommend you schedule a call with me to go over your profile and how we can help you with the college application. Okay. Okay, and just for being here, I'm going to give you a free scholarship guide. You're going to find everything in here, full ride, full tuition, how to build a resume and everything in there. Okay, so I'm done, and I'm just going to go over the questions, and you can also raise your hand if you want to speak and ask me a question. Okay. Yeah, just get to it. Yeah, you can go ahead and Bansi, you can unmute yourself and ask me the question.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So yeah, like I did put my son's name on the wait list. So I just wanted to know, like you did say that you're gonna email. When should I expect that email?
Next week, we are preparing all our assets and everything. Is it the biomed or neuroscience or which one?
Biomed.
Okay, biomed, yeah. It's going to be released next week. We're going to conduct our 3-day BSMD workshop, and we're going to
Mhm.
launch there.
Okay, so I don't need to do anything else, right? Just wait for the email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so there are some questions, interesting questions. How much time with PhD professor and how much time with a creative writer? Fantastic. Eight group sessions, 2 one-on-one sessions with the research professor. If you want extra, you can have 4 one-on-one sessions. Then 3 plus 5, 8. It's about 25 sessions. We pretty much kill students. I'm just kidding. We have so much going on, right? So how much time to present in the conference? Each conference has its own rules. They have like 4 minutes or something to present their poster presentation. Okay, great questions. So the other question is, what programs do you have for quant? Mathematics and Python and AI, all that combined together. I have a wonderful professor who can mentor. So please join our waitlist or messages. You can share your phone number and we'll call you back with the details, right? And 4 years of music is good, excellent. I mean, if you are in California, the UCs like right brain as well, right? Right brain is also something that they certainly look for. So music is a wonderful extracurricular activity. Uh, okay, pursuing law, wonderful. Please let me know because my older son, I'm sorry, I have 2 boys. The older one graduated with 20 APs, then went to Georgia Tech, graduated in 3.5 years with a master's. And the younger one is doing political science at University of Michigan honors program, and we built that. And this year, I had multiple students get into Georgetown for political science and international affairs. So please reach out to us because we have a wonderful political science professor and law political science doing research in that is tremendously good. We love building political science profiles. So let us know and we can help you as well. All research papers. See, I'm going to tell you that it's unethical for me. I'm going to lose my license if I give you guarantee that your child's paper will get published. I will lose my license. So I will not give you guarantee. Guarantee is completion of a 4,000 word research paper, right? And the paper has to meet the expectations to do that. Nobody can give you guarantee for the paper to get published. It's unethical. Get it? So we do not guarantee that. We will support you to the hilt to get it published. But I'm going to lose my reputation and everything if I guarantee that. Okay. You guys charge for booking calendar. It's a paid call. With me, it's a paid call. Get it? So we have to pay our counselors. Our counselors are from UC Berkeley, UC Irvine, right? So if you want to meet our counselor, it's $100. It's a steal. Okay, the amount of knowledge and advice and expertise that we are going to share is invaluable. So it is a paid call with me and with counselors. With other people, it's not a paid call. Okay, of course, it's $100, and it's a steal, right? My daughter is a junior, not at all. Please get in touch with us. Don't ever think that it's too late and not do anything. Okay, so don't be that. I've had students come to me, 2 hours before the submission time, and we've done wonders. This girl came to me and got into art school in Germany. We spent 2 hours. Okay, so you're not late at all. Okay, so I promoted you to the panelist. You can speak, Giri. Price for research program is $3,000 in that ballpark, right? And even to explore, you want to sign up with you? Of course, it's Guru Dakshina, okay? You need my advice, my valuable advice, time and effort. You've got to pay the tutor fee, right? There's nothing like a free meal. There's a free coffee, perhaps, but yes, yeah. Okay, you can speak, Giri. What's your question? Okay. Okay, I'm going to read out how many tier one activities are needed to go into Ivy League. You need one tier one, but that one has got to be like significantly superior. You just need one. Okay. How about marching band, regionals, varsity swimming, or being Boy Scouts? Actually, it depends. I need to look over your student's profile. Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout is like a tier one extracurricular activity. My daughter is junior. Are we too late to start research? No, not at all. We are working with juniors. We are enrolling juniors. We give preference for juniors because they have the college application. So please schedule a call or share your phone number so that we can call you back. And of course, we have this policy of a paid call, which is $100. But if you sign up, we will give you back the $100. It's refunded back to you. If you don't sign up, you get the advice that you can implement. So that is our policy, right? I have to pay my counselors. I have to put food on the table of my instructors and teachers, right? So please respect that. Oh yeah, Giri, you can go ahead and speak what question you have. You're unmuted, right? Giri, can you speak? I made you a panelist. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to read the question. Okay, yeah, you're not speaking. We can't hear you, Giri. We can. Okay, the question is diploma holder in dance and third degree taekwondo and leadership experience. So the thing is taekwondo and dance, what major are they applying to, right? If it's political science, then they should have worked in like with a senator or an internship, or they should have done a research in a particular political science topic, right? So it needs to also be aligned with the major. That's one thing that I didn't get an opportunity to tell you. It is dance. Dance is there, but it's not related to your major. Get it? So in your major, you need to have a a tier one extracurricular activity, right? So that's what make. How long does it take on one-on-one calls? I'm sorry, what was the question? How long does it last and how many one-on-one sessions are included? So all that is something that we will kind of open up. But I'm just going to quickly share with you I mean, this was spring, so nothing has changed from spring. So basically, 8 group sessions with the professor. Then there are 3 group sessions with the creative writer lead. Okay, and then thesis defense is 2 sessions. Then there's 2 one-on-one sessions. If you take the premium version, you get 4, right? And then this one is again, I think 5. I kind of forget. I mean, once everything opens up, you will be able to see that, right? So 3 meetings. Oh my God, I'm so confusing. I apologize. It's like 25 sessions, right? So it's quite a bit. And then every month you're invited for the conference training. That is like you will be invited forever. Okay. Yeah. In consideration, yes. See, Eagle Scout, they are not tied to your major. Get it? So in your related major, you need to have something very significant. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Giri. You want to speak or you want to share?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just dropped off and joined through the through the mobile. So a couple of questions, right? So um, first and foremost, even if you want to have a conversation with your team, it may not be a counselor, but to see what and how you can help a quant major and understand what is your pricing and such that you still have to pay $100 for that?
Yes, sir. Because I need to see your child's profile to first see whether that's not something, it takes an expert counselor, coach to figure out and give you that answer.
Okay. How much is your normal research package or whatever you call? What is your standard pricing for a research paper?
$3,000.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
And does that include guidance on your side to get to the publishing table?
of course.
Okay.
Whatever is promised. Yes. The 6 tracks, they're there. Yes.
Where can I find some information on what's covered on a research paper?
We are going to launch everything next week.
Okay, so
You can easily schedule a call with us and we can go over that. $100 is a steal.
yeah, I mean, obviously, just to share basic information on what you're
Basic.
offering.
I mean, I gave you all the basic information in this 1 hour, right?
No. What I understand is that when you're
Okay, so
pitching,
yeah. So please, you can send us an email. We'll send you an email if you don't want to pay us. You
no,
can call.
it's not.
Okay, how
That's
about
perfectly
this?
fine.
You please share your phone number. Lauren will call you back. How about that? She's our expert. Great.
Yes, that works. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. When is the research program starting? It's starting in June, right? When the school closes. We don't do anything in May because students are busy with their AP courses and everything. And as a result, everything will start in June. And don't worry if you're going on vacation or anything, we will accommodate you. Do not panic. We are not the kinds who's like, oh my God, the time has passed. Now you get out of our system. We are not like that. We will make sure that your child completes. Okay, we are like the hound dogs, right? The canine dogs. We like smile, like sniff, 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 sniff. We will. What does it say? We cannot get a dinner for 400. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So that's how it is. So please don't worry. It's through summer. We understand that everybody has vacation and other commitments. And also, I want to tell you that our programs are in the night. So if your student has an internship or something in the daytime, all our programs are 9 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. EST. They're on Sundays where there are no classes. So we are very, very flexible that way. Okay. And yeah. So any other questions? If you need a call back, you don't want to pay us for the call or whatever, put your phone number and you'll get a call back. Okay. So we don't want you to think that, of course, I have to pay my tutors, right? So yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody needs a call back? We can certainly call you back and go from there. I'm just going to put it in there. Hold on a minute. Okay. Anyone else needs a call back? I'm just going to wind up like really quick. Okay, so I want to tell you that the law internship program is part of our counseling program. Okay, we do not offer that separately. It has to be bundled with research or counseling because this is like a favor that I have I'm sorry, I'm just going to share with you. I'm part of G100 and I have an attorney and it will be under him. Okay, so he is a corporate attorney and it will be under him, right? So that's why it's part of our counseling, okay? And okay, Srini, okay, just gonna copy it. Anybody needs a call back, please put your phone number in and we will get back to you. And yes, it's a paid program. Please don't assume that it's free because we have to pay our professors and our staff. So please, our research programs are paid research programs, not free. Okay. Anyone else has any other questions? No? Okay, so wonderful. So the best thing, I mean, please take a moment to pat your back because you're such committed parents. Okay, so the most valuable thing that anybody can give another person is their time. You spent an hour with me to learn and help your child. So respect and gratitude to each and every one of you. I'm a pranic healer. I want to bless you, bless your family, bless your children, and bless your